Hello? Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. Good morning and welcome to today's live stream in the blistering hot temperatures. It's currently 27 degrees here in Tipperary. It's about 30 degrees in the man cave and it's to get warmer. Yes. But we're here in the Sovereign. We're going to be doing an early morning flight out of Fort Lauderdale and we're going to head down to Key West. Beautiful scenery along the way and we're using live time. We're using real world weather provided by StrataWx. See how that all behaves. We're going to be flying this with OnAir as we continue to check out all the enhancements that they're bringing to the new companion app, and we'll also have some Say Intentions provide us with some ATC and traffic to liven up the skies, do you know? So I hope you're all keeping terribly well, and whatever the temperature is where you are, today is the hottest day that they're given. Records will be broken, you know, and all that jazz. And it's to get up to kind of 30s-ish today, and we'll see how we go, right? The problem is, as it's like hot outside, that's naturally kind of heating the house, so come this evening it will be properly hot, but the temperature is to drop. There's rain on the way for Ireland. You'd never guess it. Yeah, right, there's rain due, I think, in the morning. Actually, hang on, what time will we have rain at? Let's have a look. So, severe weather warning according to the phone. Oh, Jesus, look, we've no rain at all today. Rain should be coming in at around 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. So we're in for it now, lads. We're in for it. But anyway, hope you're keeping well. Who's here? Look, on this, a Thursday morning. Eamon 1973, top of the morning to you, bud. Hope you're well. Stick Figures here. Quacka, good morning. Daza T. Arab. Welcome in, Daza. Avra Vulcan's in the house. Malky Mac, thank you very much indeed for 16 months. Cheers, bud. You're very kind. Creo, good morning to County Mayo. Hope all is well there. D. White is calling in from Sligo. Welcome in. Rob Dag is here, good morning. Guard Gaming, hello to County Galway. Commander Balosh, a very good afternoon. It's hot as balls in 37 degrees in Germany. Jesus. Aircon to the last. Blinky, good morning. Filthy is in the house. Idle Cutoff. Hab indeed. Hope you're well, buddy. 98 Vulcan is here. Good morning to you and good evening from me. I'm just lurking tonight. Hope you have a great flight. Loved the brief review of the new Fokkers you flew in the F-27, F-28 and F-100 on a regular basis during your total of 4 years working in Papua New Guinea. Ooh. Very nice. Commander Balosh, 195 streams, buddy. Thank you very, very much indeed. Saturday, temperatures to get to 40 degrees. Yikes. Was at Marley Park last night and a Cessna kept flying over the concert. Who was on the Marley Park last night? Naughty Gnome is here, good morning. Sun Jammer, good morning. Hope you're well. Soaring AJ H. Man, hope you're well. We're not too far from your neck of the woods. The Boise, hope all is well. D. White says the leaving certs were late with their duty. Oh wait, are they getting the results? They don't get the results yet. No. They get their they've just probably started or finished. Wait, what are we, June? They're probably just finished, are they? The Impossible Face, good morning. Staying up till silly o'clock was a stupid idea. There's nothing worse, isn't there? Do you know, you stay up all shag at night and then you're up the next morning and you're just up, you're written off for the day. Nothing worse. I'm Pierce is here, good morning. Thunderstorms up here in Sligo, says D. White. Ooh, interesting. We had a good bit of rain this morning in Mayo. It's very humid now. We've had nothing like that here. It's just been sunshine, hot. Bit of a breeze this morning, but that went fairly quick, you know. Recently, I've been going down the rabbit hole with the Antonov AN2, says Avra Vulcan. The AN2 is a great airplane. And the recent update, of course, with the AAU5, it's very, very good. But yes, Sim Guy, good morning. Oh, you were talking about the good weather. Ah, I see. DK Funfly is here. Now, let me see. With our daytime streams, if you're having any issues at all with the sim or any questions and you're like, how does he do that? Don't be afraid to ask and we'll try and get them answered for you, you know. Jojo1 is here, good morning. Beautiful morning. Hope you're well, buddy. The Austrian F1 race is under a heat hazard warning this weekend. That's right, they're racing at the Red Bull, well, they're supposed to be, you know. Dave Cleary, legend Dave. Welcome in, Dave. Shuller Pilot is here, escaping to Alaska in the sim. Right? Brilliant. JP Gaming's in the house, good morning. Hope all is well. Lunchtime stream, brilliant. But yeah, the Sovereign got an update the other day. We're going to be finding that. We're also going to take a look at tonight's VATSIM flight out of, where are we going? Jamaica back into Tampa. That's what we're going to be doing later on. So I've been looking forward to getting back into this jet. As I said, we're absolutely spoiled now with business jets. The Falcon is due out today. We already have the excellent FS Reborn Phenom, and of course we have the Sovereign and the other aircraft, the C750, of course, from FlightFX. We've some really nice aircraft, do you know? But yes, Wingman, good to see you, bud. They'll be using the same cooling kit they use in Singapore, probably. How's the Strata weather going? It's quite good. I've been enjoying it, and it seems to be well. It is accurate. It's it's great. The only issue, and they're working on it. It is getting better. It's that kind of transition between weather. The last thing you want is weather popping in instantly. You want to see that kind of gradual transition. So they seem to be working on that. Do you know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. Users here, good to see you, bud. Hope you're well. But yeah, so we'll be checking out this aircraft as we go for the spin. Key West, it's one of the most beautiful destinations on the planet, especially from an aviation perspective. It's a lovely airport, and we'll be checking it out here. It's MK Studios version, which is very, very good. Excellent. So that's our flight, and as I say, we're going to take a look here at OnAir, because we know Malky has been flat out busy expanding our operations with the virtual airline using OnAir, and there's a number of new aircraft there as well. I'm very much building up ours on our business jets, and once I'm kind of very confident and comfortable with them, we'll be jumping on over to the VA with OnAir and expanding all of those. Then we want to get into the industry side of it as well. So there's a lot of cool stuff with OnAir at the moment. They've been working on tons of features and enhancements. Even yesterday they had a new hardware update, so everything across the board should be faster. You know what I mean? If my audio sounds a little bit strange this morning, it's just I've the aircon on absolute max because it's ridiculously hot. Like, I started off, it's like when I came down this morning, it was like 29 degrees in here, which is like, oh Jesus, right? So we need to try and see what happens, and we keep an eye on that temperature outside. But sure, listen, fuel is now available here as well. Oh, good man. So we have an FBO, a fixed-based operation at Fort Lauderdale, and Malky has set it up that we can sell fuel. So if you're on air and you're flying in to our airport in the global world that we're in, you can buy your fuel from us, and we make maximum profits. That's brilliant. Economy for the win. Toto 2495, a very good morning to you. Hope you are well. And to the missus. Toto, do you have a motory bike and the missus, or do you both use the one bike? I can't remember if I asked you that. You can't sell fuel yet, or we don't have the skills. So we can buy fuel. Okay. Oh wait, we can buy our own fuel. Well, that makes sense. Okay. Apache is here, 200 streams in a row. Cheers, buddy. Very kind. JP says, would you consider doing a tips and tricks for OnAir? I just moved from onboarding to advanced career, and geez, there's a lot. There is a lot. Yes, there is a lot. We'll take it kind of slow. Like, the thing with OnAir, the depth of it, to some folks, it kind of puts them off because they're just like, what am I going to do with this, right? But with the new OnAir companion app, everything's starting to become way more easier to navigate, and I'll go through some of that here now in a moment. It'll eventually be the main app as they're building it up. Do you know what I mean? So we'll see how we get on. Where is this now? Where is this now? No idea why that is. Loads of fun with technology in the background. You have your own bike, it's safer, right? Yeah, I imagine. Right, we'll jump into it and see what the crack is, will we? Come on. Right, now. So here we are with the Sovereign. As I said, live weather. And, Jesus, I'm going to break my microphone. We're going to see how all this kind of comes into fruition this morning, right? Ozflight Simmers here. Good morning. Hope you're well. He says, Murph, I've tested. 5090 will work just fine, even if the sim room is 40 degrees. You Europeans are calling a hot day is cute. Yeah, listen here now, right? I mean, it's like this. You lads are built for this sort of heat. You know, you live in the fancy place of Australia. In Ireland, we're not built for this because the moisture in the air and humidity, the amount of trees that we have and the grass and the cows. Yeah, right. It's just shag off. It's gas, right? When I was in Vegas, that was hot. I was in France, it's hot. I was in Spain, it's hot. I was in New Zealand, it was hot. Ireland always had, and I think the UK is the same. Our temperature is just different here. It just feels different. I don't know what it is. It always feels kind of heavy and kind of murky, and do you know what I mean? But yeah, for the Australians and like some of the lads in America who have like hot weather, they're just like, look at these muppets, do you know? But yes, Irish heat hits. It does hit different. DMAC, very different. Yes. It's hot here, helps, says Aviator. Yeah, all right. France is hotter than parts of Africa at the moment. Yeah. Too much moisture in the air. That's what it is. Shane, I'll have to get you over to Ireland on a hot day. It'll happen once over the next 26 years. But on that day, you'll say, oh, yeah, it's pretty hot. And you'll be like, do you know then, feeling not as sorry for us, but, you know, you'll be able to connect to us on a level that would be of understanding. Yes, and things. But anyway, let us have a look at our flight plan. There we go. Hello, Navigav. So we're going to start off here at Fort Lauderdale, and it's an IFR flight plan that's going to head us all the way out to Key West. As I said, we're going to be utilising some say intentions with this as well. Can we bring up the old weather? So here's a weather overlay. We got a bit of rain and stuff to the south of us, right? So I want to keep an eye out for that just to see what the crack is going to be. And it seems to be kind of moving northeast. And then it kind of hangs around a little bit over kind of just south of Miami. So we'll keep an eye on it there. So this should be grand. You know, we'd be above any sort of trouble. So let's see what happens yet. The Limbics, good to see you. It's like when New Zealand gets truly hot, it hurts. Yeah, 100%. Hope you're well, buddy. Good to see you. Before I went to bed, there was a fair amount of hair hanging about under the streetlights. Hair? I suspect we might get a bit of thunder over the coming days. Hair? What's hair? Mist. Is it mist? But yes, that is our flight plan. Now, while we're here, we're going to bring up OnAir. This is the new companion app. Now, I've already selected a flight this morning. We're going to be flying out of Fort Lauderdale, and we're heading down to Key West. And what we have here, our Simbury flight is loaded in. Everything's loaded in, which is great to see. And with the new companion app, for anyone who's using OnAir, well, they've made a lot of things easier to kind of follow. Right, so you can see we have our menus down here on the left-hand side, right? And from there, we can go into FBOs and whatnot. I'm still waiting for them to get the virtual airline stuff in. They're working on that, and that'll be there soon. But in terms of the general layout and how responsive this is, it's pretty cool, right? If we go into, let me see here now, release notes. Pre-flight enhancement. When an add-on aircraft can't be loaded automatically, a prominent banner now tells you to set its fuel and weight manually. These are all kind of fixes and enhancements that they're bringing to it, and you can see the sheer amount of them. It's every couple of days they come out with a ton of stuff. So they're very, very busy with this, which is great to see. Like, this is great to see. If we go back up here to our dashboard, so this is pulling in from the main OnAir app, so we can see where our reputation is at, the size of our own private fleet. Don't forget, we're utilising this as a virtual airline as well. But we have our own career and we have that of a virtual airline, which is pretty cool, right? Memphis Town, 41 months. Cheers, buddy. Thank you very much indeed. Jojo1 says, it's also very hot here. Latest news, all matches in the lower football leagues in Bavaria are cancelled this weekend because it's too hot. Whoa. Malky says, I find the new app harder to read than the old one. I must be getting too old. I think... Put it this way, if you're starting off with OnAir, if we're using the original OnAir app, right, and we can launch both at the same time, they won't worry too much. I think it's this one. No, go back here, Murph. Here we go. This might look for an update now. But, no, I have to say, I'm really liking the companion app because for me, it's faster. I can just see things a little bit better. What I'd love to see, and I'll talk to them on it, what I'd love to see is maybe, do you know, in the older, in this app, right, you have kind of like massive thumbnails to say, anything to do with an aircraft I want under this thumbnail. Anything to do with my FBOs or infrastructure I want there. And then anything over, you know, human resources, pilots, training. You know what I mean? It'd be great if there was like individual kind of thumbnails. Just makes it a little bit easier saying, well, I want to go in here. This is it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I'll go into the office. I'll go into that office. Or I'll go into this office. So maybe that's something they can add in. This is the current OnAir manager that we can see, right? And it's fairly straightforward. It's if you're used to this, it's as what it was. We'll go on into our virtual airline. We'll go into our Firefly Air one. So we'll let this load up. We'll have a look. Shamrock Minimums, good morning. Hope you're well. Febro is here. Welcome aboard. So we'll have a look in here, and this is where I said Malky is doing a lot of work for Firefly Air. So we'll just let this load in. And this is like the companion app will load instantly. You're in, right? With the standard one, it just takes a little bit more time. But it's very functional, very, very functional, you know. Skippy is here, good to see you. Let me see. Austin, welcome in. Right, so this is where we're looking at here. So we can say, look, we have 2 aircraft now in our fleet because Malky has been doing tons of stuff. We've loads of cash. Go on, Malky. The company value is worth 22 million. And we can see there's a number of jobs, and we have FBOs. If we click on our FBOs, or fixed-based operations, well, we can see now that we have one at Fort Lauderdale. We also have one in Westchester County, and of course we have one in Augusta. So looking at it here, we have the ability to buy fuel, right? We have 25,000 gallons of jet A1. We just don't have the ability yet to sell it, right? But to give you an idea, if you were to look at, say, the world, and just right, if you have a look at the world to see, well, who's doing what, where, and how, because the whole thing is alive. The whole infrastructure, if you like, is connected, right? So if we were to look at KFLL, and this is Fort Lauderdale, we'll open this up, and you'll see on the map, this is where we are, and we can also see, well, look, well, what's here? Right, what's actually going on here? So we can see, look, there is a couple of FBOs that are here. So there's a new Firefly FBO. There's another one called Bad Batch. There's another one called RS47. And then there's another one. And you can see the services that are available here. All right. So what this means is there is fuel available. You can buy jet fuel containers. That's interesting. You can see that there are aircraft parking slots at our FBO, and there's sleeping rooms for your crew. And you might be saying, well, why do you need all that? When you're utilizing OnAir and you're flying missions, or you're flying routes in it, you have to consider, if you're an airline pilot, you have to think about your crew, your cabin crew, your flying crew. So when they get to an area, well, they need to rest. So then you'd have another crew starting off, and then they would continue on with that aircraft, or you would schedule it in such a way when the aircraft arrives, it has a 12-hour kind of a gap, and then it goes off again. Like, it's quite incredible what this bit of software can do. It is absolutely brilliant. The hotel fees start adding up, 100%. So you can see everything about the airport, what's available in that. So yeah, it's absolutely brilliant, right? User, thank you very much indeed. When it comes to our fleet, so Malky has gone off and grabbed 2 aircraft. He's leased them. So we do have a Sovereign, and we also have a Grand Caravan. Now, this is important because we can have a look to see what these aircraft are capable of, but also it's not just an aircraft. We need to consider, right, if we lease an aircraft, we can lease the aircraft based on a rate and also a service plan, so we don't need to worry too much. But if we break it, unless it's insured, we're in trouble. If we own our own aircraft, it gets very interesting, because we have to pay for the maintenance, the 100-hour inspections, the servicing, the insurance, landing fee, all of that. But we also have the ability to rent out our aircraft. So let's say, for example, we flew a crew into Fort Lauderdale, and our aircraft and crew are now going to wait for 12 hours. Well, we could actually make our aircraft available for, say, 6 hours if another airline or VA want to utilize our aircraft for like 6 hours or 7 hours. But again, you got to plan it so it doesn't impact on your own schedule, which means then you're going to be getting better utilization out of the aircraft, which is more profitable. But then you also run the risk of another airline or a crew causing damage. And if they get a delay, and you know what I mean? It's very, very cool. Like that, it's your imagination is the limit on this one. You know what I mean? Malky says, yeah, I've got a Vision Jet available if someone wants to do a check ride. But it's just class. Absolutely class. Murph, you know when you get aches where you didn't know they could ache, you have that except sweat. Brilliant. Also, when it comes to the aircraft, you can fly pretty much anything, but if you want to be able to utilize it on your company routes or missions, you need a check ride on the aircraft, and that's like usually like 20 minutes, half an hour flight with the aircraft to put you through your paces, just so you know that you know what the crack is. And all the while, you as a pilot, you're building up your own pilot portfolio, or indeed you don't want to do any flying, you just sit back and you allow the VA to do it itself, either with real world pilots, or you can use AI pilots. Same goes for crew, ground crew, engineers, mechanics, all that kind of stuff as well. We can have a look then to see with the aircraft itself. We can buy the aircraft outright. We can see any work orders that have been assigned to that aircraft, and we can check out FBOs. We can find out where the aircraft is and where it isn't. And if we need to move it, we can then organise a ferry flight. That's where a lot of these freelance flights come in. It's just a ferry flight. Fly the aircraft from one airport to another to relocate it for the next mission. That goes on quite a lot in the real world as well, depending on the aircraft, of course. The other stuff that we can see here then, if we have a look at the operations map, this will give us an idea of, well, look, where are we and where's our infrastructure, right? So we have a ton of information on the screen, and we can turn this off because it's showing us all our base camps, and it's showing us kind of small airports, large airports. We don't want to show all base camps, show employees, show airports, show aircraft tracks. So I've now just done this. It's just going to show our fleet. So our Sovereign is up the road here, and the Grand Caravan is kind of down in Georgia, neck of the woods. Now, as your kind of company grows, well, you could have aircraft all over the place, everywhere. Do you know what I mean? But as we're starting off, it's nice and easy. We can also keep an eye on employees. So, for example, you could have a brand new pilot or a crew that you've hired, and you suddenly find, Jesus, they're miles away from where the aircraft is. You need to think about getting them to your location, right? We need to fly them in here. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of stuff there. And if we were to look at our people, our employees, we've nothing here at the minute. If we want to go off and hire employees, again, this can be AI pilots, cabin crew. You can name them, right? So you can see, well, here, look, we can go by pilots. And here's Evelyn Williamson. Flight hours, she's 1,500 flight hours. You're looking at her punctuality, timing, that's important. Stress resistance, that's important. Complex aircraft, the weather, the schedule, all makes sense. The cost per week, cost per hour, and then wages. And then you can go off and evaluate them. And what's nice about this, we can actually go in here and customize these people. So if we want to hire them, we can say, well, tell you what, Evelyn Williamson will give them their own name, and you can see what certificates this person has. And then you hire them based on that. And then you can say, listen, you can hire them for a temporary contract, right? Rambog Mord is here. Thank you very much indeed for 44 months. Cheers, buddy. Hope you're well. 44 months, man. You can hire Evelyn for a single flight, or you can take her on as a contractor. Sorry, you can take her on as an employee, or you can hire her for freelancing. You have the options here, right? And that just depends on what you prefer. You could have an aircraft leased for 6 months. Okay, I'm going to hire a pilot for 6 months. This kind of crack. And you know, why you might want to have an aircraft for that amount of time and not forever, it all depends on what's happening inside the economy. So if we go into the logistics center, we'll see what flights are available directly to us, or if we're going down the road of the of industry, we could be already tied in. We could have signed a contract with a certain industry to say, yeah, we're going to fly all your stuff from A to B. They only produce 3 months of the year. This kind of stuff, right? Maybe it's winter stuff they have to do, or maybe we have to get supplies into like the Northwest Territories before winter hits. These are the things you can do inside this economy mode. It's massive. Then as a freelance pilot, I mean, you can do anything from your passenger cargo, sightseeing, rescue. They even have fighter stuff gone in here now as well. Kind of escort work, patrolling, right? Depending on, of course, the fleet that you have when it comes to the aircraft. And then we can go in airports and base camps. So OnAir are pushing this out. We will be able to build our very own airport. They have base camps active at the moment. That's where you can build a bit of scenery pretty much anywhere on the planet. Airports are coming, allowing us to build our own airport. And they actually inject that into the simulator, meaning that then anyone else who's flying on air will see your airport. They can literally fly to your airport that you've created. That's all coming down the track, that's incredible. Just incredible, right? And that's kind of it. Like when you're looking at to say, well, right, what can I do with OnAir? You have freelance, you have all the tours you can do. You can work for a company. You can start your own company. You can be a contractor. Or you can just look at the whole management side of it. On top of all of that, then you have the industry tycoon sort of stuff. So if we go into the industry's dashboard, we can see if we have any factories in place, which we don't. but you can see where there's different factories, right? Or we can go off and say, right, there's a trading hall, so we can see, well, look, this is the price of various resources. So let's say, for example, if we have an FBO at an airport and we suddenly realize, hey, there's resources near our airport and they're worth a fortune in the trading hall. We can buy them for 10 and sell them for 1,000. This kind of crack. Next thing you'll start saying, right, well, we're going to operate a base camp here because we want to be able to fly these resources from this location over to somewhere else and then sell them, and then you're getting maximum profits. And if you go that road, if you kind of look at your airline to say, I'm going to go off and do the industry side, it's the same money coming into your overall company, which then means if you want, you can go to one of the world's major airports and you can undercut all your competition in terms of the ticket prices because you're being subsidized by your industry. So you'll now start taking over all the major routes, your London to New York, your Paris to New York, all this kind of stuff. Because if you just try and jump in, you know, at a major airport, why is anyone going to fly with your airline? They're already happy with all the other ones. So you need to have something there that'll offer your passengers something different. You're either going to get them there quicker, you're going to get them there for a cheaper price, or you're going to offer more a luxurious experience, and you'll get that extra experience by employing the best possible cabin crew. So you have all these options to consider. Plus, another way, if you're, you know, if it's not just resources, you could have the ability to buy in your own fuel, and you can also build your own maintenance departments at various airports. It's kind of, if anyone remembers like FS Economy, it's like FS Economy, but like blown up completely. Massive, right? There is quite a bit to get yourself, you know, fully immersed in everything because it's tricky to follow. The good news is there's a lot of help along the way. There's great tutorials. They have their own wiki. And as I said, with the new companion app, which they have up and running, that ended because I opened up the other one. With the companion app up and running, you can just go in and figure out, hey, how do I figure this out? How do I learn this? You know, how do I do this sort of flight? It's all here in the new companion app. You can go off and figure it all out. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, there's a 7-day free trial with OnAir. No obligation to buy. Give it a shot, lads. There is an awful lot to it. I mean, when you're looking at your pilot profile, when you're looking at your skill points, all of this kind of stuff, it is unbelievable. What's Dispatch saying? So here's a briefing. So we can get a briefing, right? Because it knows where we're going to fly from. This might just take a moment. I'll close off the other on air because that could...
hold, 5 pounds of freight for Key Westintel. Routing from Kilo Foxtrot Lima Lima to Kilo Echo Yankee Whiskey. 126 nautical miles, with Kilo November Quebec X-ray as your alternate. Mind the special handling. Human pilot required. Deliver everything on schedule and report any deviation.
All right. We can find out the ATIS information as well. So you're getting a quick rundown from your dispatcher to say, hey, this is what you're up against. Now, what's pretty cool with OnAir can integrate with, say, Intention, so you can get the same information across both platforms. Pretty cool, right? But this is going to be our tracking. So we've loaded in our aircraft and we are on the ground here at Fort Lauderdale. We're going to head down the road into Key West. We're flying with OnAir. We can see our departure, our arrival. This is a freelance flight. It's pretty much like a ferry flight.
The flight will be logged until you cut the engine.
So OnAir is going to monitor our entire flight. What makes this pretty cool as well, we can go in and have a look at our score at the end of the flight. And this is great for training. This is where you're going to learn about, okay, by speeds, or, you know, the landing gear was deployed when I was going too fast, or the bank angle of the aircraft was too much. It's going to give you all that information during your flight with a map. So you can go back and say, that's where I went wrong. You know what I mean? So it's very good from a learning aid as well. Cybok is here. Good morning. Escort work, right? Stu Snape, good morning. Starting to melt now on a quick rise up to 35 degrees. Jesus. On a stream streak last night. Now I'm just streaking. 27 degrees here at the minute. But yes, it's going to get a lot warmer. So OnAir is just going to do its stuff in the background, right? We'll close out the current app. You also have options in here. It's built into the sim, so this is where you can look at your map and you can get additional information here as well. So it's all tied in and it works together, right? I love it. It's absolutely brilliant. So with our flight today, we're going to be taking the Sovereign. A bit of air traffic here with say intentions. We're going to be taking the Sovereign down for a spin. So to get ourselves up and running, we are going to get into the aircraft, get ourselves up and running, and we're going to be looking for our clearance here out of Fort Lauderdale. So over to our EFB. Let's have a quick look. We're going to open up the GPU box. Ground, we're going to request the GPU. So go ahead and pop that in. We can remove all the exterior covers, wheel chocks and all the jazz. Payload, we're going to load this in from SimBrief. We can do that from OnAir as well. Electrical stuff, that's looking good. Hydraulics, refill hydraulic system. System pressure is off. That'll fill up itself once we turn it on. We're okay for water, and oxygen levels on both sides are okay. We've got plenty of nitrogen there as well. Right, we're going to go to home, and let me see here. Ground power unit is installed. That's perfect. Flight, we can see our flight. We're going to horse it in. It's already there. Weather coming in from SimBrief, so we can fetch that weather here now as well. And we are aware there's going to be rain somewhere south of this, so we'll keep an eye on it. So we can go through all our different segments. We can see what the wind is going to be doing, and then if there's any precip there as well. Chart access, it's all going to sign in again. Waiting for authentication. Oh, should this up? Maybe it's because I got an update. Hang on, we take a picture of the gadget with the thing. In there, look. Now let's see what happens. Approve. Hello. I'm done. Right, give this a moment. Waiting for authentication, and there we go. Charts are now live, so we can look at KFLL, and we can have a look at the airport. And that's where we are here. Right there. All right. So that's the charts loaded in. Checklist, don't worry about those for the moment. Services are grand, and then we'll click on home. That's our route. That's all in. And now we're looking good. We also have a map here as well. So we're going to start off by getting some power into the aircraft. And we're going to start off with our battery. So left battery, right battery. And we'll go ahead and activate the ground power. Okay, while it's doing that, we'll tidy up some things. We're going to arm the emergency lights, get our tail flood, pack safety, and everything else here is looking good. And we're just going to wait for the aircraft to start warming up. In addition to all of that, this is Strata weather, or StrataWx. This is the weather conditions live, and it's going to show us what the weather radar is looking at here as well. If there's going to be any precip, we know there's precip south of our position, so we'll need to watch that. All right. And then if there's any hazards in flight as well, we need to keep an eye on what's happening down there. Now, what else do you want to do? Let's have a look. So, PFD, that's okay. Oxygen, that's okay. Standby power on. Avionics are on. Interior electrics on. And that's our electrical side looking good. We're going to come down here and start getting our aircraft prepped. So, we will, aircraft systems, we'll go summary. That'll show it up here on the right side. Next tab over, we're going to have a look at our charts. Let's have a look at our airport over there. Perfecto. We're going to move this guy back to here, and now we're going to start initializing our flight. So our fuel
system test, okay.
Payload, we're going to fob sync, and that's all looking good to me. Next up, we're going to now our flight plan. I thought this should just import directly, should it not? How does one do this? Aircraft weather, services flight plan, fetch. I thought this automatically horses it in. Flight plan options. Let's see here now. Flight plan options. Was there not a way we can just... Oh, we import it from the GTC. You import from the GTC. We import... Oh, sorry, my mistake. I forgot what aircraft I was in. We go to services, ACARS, flight plan request. There we go, you big muppet. Request. I forgot all about that, Malcolm. See what happens when you don't fly a plane for like a week? Right, import. Lovely. Now in our flight plan, we can see our departure and all the jazz. There's our full flight. Lovely. We're going to come back into our initialization. Takeoff data is going to be next. So we're planning runway 28 left. Before we go, we better tune into the ATIS and find out what's happening.
Arriving and departing runways 10 left, 10 right. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky clear.
Now they're giving us the
Temperature
10s.
26, dew point 23. Altimeter 3003. Density altitude 1200 feet. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions.
10 right.
Advise on initial contact. You have information hotel.
Information hotel.
Fort Lauderdale.
Alright, we'll call up clearance and let's see what happens. Now, I have put on sim brief, so let's refresh that, because it looks as if the weather has changed. Edit the flight. We're going to say 10 right. Generate. Let's just make sure that it's all singing off the one hymn sheet. Now, give it a moment. Try a PDC for fun. Will we get PDC? We might get PDC. ACARS, departure clearance, request. What was the ATIS?
Ways 10 left,
Hotel.
10 right. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky clear. Temperature 26, dew point 23. Altimeter 3003.
What's me parking?
Density altitude 1200 feet. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information hotel.
There's no gate number. We're
Fort
down at the
Lauderdale
FBO.
Hollywood International Airport. Information hotel.
I can't seem to send that, Malky.
0953 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 10 left, 10 right. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky clear. Temperature 26, dew point 23. Altimeter 3003. Density altitude 1200 feet.
Alright, let's see what happens
Advise
here.
on course heading.
Request sent, status or accepted. Right, give that a minute and see what happens, will we? While we're waiting. So it's going to be runway 10, right? Let's get some Navigraph open. Import a flight from SimBrief. And we shall horse it in. There. Bing bong! Runway 10. There's no star out of here, so this will be interesting. They shall be vectoring us. Accepted or no accepted? Status. Cleared to Key West on the Maynard 3 departure. Maintain 9000. Departure on 118.1. Squawk 5666. Expect runway 10 right. Now, not very fancy, isn't it? So, let's put in our squawk machine. So we're going to say, what are we? 5666. Enter. And it's set to auto. Departure is going to be on 118.1. And we're on the Maynard 3. Okay, so let's go back here into our flight plan. And make sure. Departure is on the Maynard 3 departure. Runway 28 right. No. It's now going to be... let's see here now. Bum, 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 bum. Let's do it this way. Request this guy again, because we've changed the runway, yeah? So it's runway 10, so that's all looking good. We're going to accept that. Accepting this clearance will cause the prior accepted clearance to be deleted. Okay, so we've accepted that. 9,000 is what we want to aim for first. We can go ahead and horse in 9,000. And what else do you want to do here? Flight directors can come on both sides. All right, that's pretty cool. What else do you want to do here now? So VNav. That's all looking good. That's all looking good. Back into utilities, initialization, takeoff data, weather. Okay. That's grand. Runway is going to be 10 right. Takeoff configuration, flaps 2. Takeoff data, We're going to check our flaps here now in a moment. We'll do our tests here now as well. So stall warning is coming in. Now while we're waiting, passengers, let us say they have been boarded. Aircraft is already loaded. So we'll go back here to services. We're going to go access. We're going to close that door. Might need to tweak the transition alt levels in VNAV for the US. Yeah. Sure, no, I'll do it manually. Like 18,000 is going to be fine. Should be grand, you know. Okay, stall engine fire next.
Left engine fire. Right engine fire.
Get auxiliary hydraulics turned on here as well. Secondary trim don't need. And the starts are all off.
Right engine fire.
APU master switch coming on. We'll be firing this APU up here now in a moment. Smoke detection test is next.
Baggage fire. Baggage fire. Baggage fire.
That's all good. Next up, we're going to go to our annunciator panel test. All our lights are on. Yep, it's a Christmas tree. Lights are working. Traffic has already passed. And we'll have a look then at our overspeed test after that. Gear currently down. ELT is armed. Everything over here is fine. Overspeed test. All looking good. And then we'll do our HF test here now as well. So this is all about just getting the aircraft up and running, so, you know, she'll do what she needs to do. Flight plan has already gone in here, so speed bugs are in. Nav source is FMS, that's what we want. Everything here is pretty much okay. Control lock is on. Disengage the control lock. We're looking all okay here from pressurization and all the jazz. And our final test here when it comes to our Garmin unit. And then once this is done, we continue on in. Johnny Mon is here. Good to see you, buddy. Ryan D. Walker, welcome in. Good to see you, lads. Hope you're having a nice day. Still 27 degrees in Tipperary. 31 degrees in the man cave. We'll okay all this. And accept initialization. That's the aircraft up and running. ATC data link facility. That's all okay. CPDLC, we're not worried about that. Right. So, let us go into our flight plan. Our departure is already in there. And we'll be able to bring that up over as well. So we're going to be on ground. Now, we don't necessarily need to ask for a push and start. We're at the FBO, so we're just going to fire this one up. We do have our clearance. So once our engines are up and running, we're going to talk to ATC for taxi. So we're going to start the APU. We're going to tune to ground 1 to 1.4. 1 to 1.4. APU is coming up. And as we're looking around the airfield, we got a couple of aircraft with us. I'm also using traffic from Say Intentions. That's going to give us a nice bit of traffic along the way with the traffic injection. So we should be good. 23 up and down. Jesus, Ryan. Okay, so that APU is making all sorts of noises. The bus ties have opened. APU bleed valve is closed. We'll go ahead and open you. And we'll start cooling down the aircraft. Hydraulic auxiliary pump is on. That's all looking good to me. And that's all looking good to me. Right, okay, at this stage we're going to disconnect from the ground power. And we are going to close the GPU. And we're going to remove the ground power unit. Lovely. Now there's cones there. How do we... Why are there cones there? Interesting. Right, we're going to go for a start on this machine here. So we'll go with engine 2. Flight controls, parking brake, speed brake, all that is looking good. I'm going to go for a start using our FADEC. Right hand side coming to life. Ignition system's running. Waiting for ITT. There she goes. N1 is coming up.
Legion 2150 ready to taxi. Legion 2150, runway 10 left taxi.
Hey, Sir Council, good to see you.
Tango 4, Bravo, Bravo 1.
It doesn't need an APU for start.
Left taxi via Tango, Tango 4, Bravo, Bravo 1, at Legion 2150.
See all the traffic on our map here now as well. This is all from Say Intentions, look. Alright, N1 coming up. Hey, Sheffy's here. Good to see you, bud. Great sounds in this, isn't there? To be honest, we can just leave that down out of the way. Okay, so engine 2 is coming up. Close the glass. Master switch on engine 1 and fire for effect. Ignition is on. Looking good. Now we're in hectopascals. We need to bring this over to Americanized stuff. Let's see here now. Let me see. There we go. That's the standby unit. How do we do it in the main one? Passenger displays, EFB units. So would it be down here?
JetBlue 1480 doors closed, ready for push and start.
JetBlue 1480, push approved, expect taxi shortly.
There we go.
Roger. Pushback approved. JetBlue 1480.
Hey, Dan is here. Good to see you. Right, why is the parking brake failing? Parking brake on. Yet the plane is moving. Uh-oh. Is there a bug or are we out of friggin' gadgets? Get that auxiliary pump back on. See that? Right, that seems better. Toe brakes. Yeah, no, I had them pressed. Very strange. Right, let's have a look. Turn these guys off. That's all fine. Hydraulic auxiliary pump. Maybe we didn't have enough hydraulics in the system. That's interesting. Bleeds coming off. APU coming off. Engines are up and running. I'm happy enough with that. And let's get some lights on here as well. So we've got a Rico. Taxi lights turned on. Seatbelts are already on. And we'll talk to some ATC now to get some taxiing. So we're on ground 121.4. Ground, good morning, Firefly 235, November 235 Romeo Mike, looking for taxi.
November 235 Romeo, Mike, Fort Lauderdale ground, runway 10 right taxi via Juliet, Juliet 1.
Juliet 1. Taxi, runway 10 right via Juliet and Juliet 1 for 5 Romeo Mike. Alright, Juliet and Juliet 1. Have a look. 10 right. So, Juliet and Juliet 1. Okay, so it's kind of in front of us to the left. Alright. Off the brakes this time. Chocks on until you get parking brake on, Kaz message. Oh, but I engaged the parking brake.
JetBlue 1480, ready to taxi.
I don't know, Malky. It's a Murphy issue for sure.
JetBlue 1480, runway 10 left taxi via Tango, Tango 5, Charlie, Charlie 4, Bravo, Bravo 1.
Right.
Runway 10 left taxi via Tango, Tango 5, Charlie, Charlie 4, Bravo, Bravo 1, JetBlue 1480.
Morning, Shane. Let's go through our takeoff and departure briefing, please. We'll hang down here to the right. Not mad on that view.
All right, Murph. Here's our departure briefing. We'll be departing from runway 10 right at Fort Lauderdale. We're flying the Maina 3 departure with an initial climb clearance to 9,000 feet. Transition altitude is 18,000 feet. After takeoff, we'll follow the SID profile. Weather at departure shows calm winds and clear skies. In case of an engine failure below 400 feet, we'll continue straight ahead. Above 400 feet, we'll follow the engine out SID procedure. for any abnormalities before V1, we'll
Maintain.
reject the takeoff. After V1, we'll continue and handle the emergency. We've been cleared as filed. Squawk code is 5666 and departure frequency will be 118.1. We're configured for takeoff with flaps 5. V1 is 9 knots, VR is 9 knots, V2 is 110 knots. We'll climb out at V2 plus 10 knots. I think we're ready to go, Captain. Hooly doolies.
Hooly doolies. Over the tower, 119.3 for 5 Romeo Mike. See ya. 119.3. Alright. Look at the state of this. Early morning departure, lads. Isn't that friggin' gorgeous? He sounds Australian, but those who speak Australian think Australian. Okay, so Juliet and Juliet 1. Keep an eye out for traffic here now as well. As I said, we're using traffic, so we'll have to keep an eye. Tower, very good morning. November 235 Romeo Mike, holding short runway 10 right at Juliet 1. We are ready for departure. Alright.
November 235 Romeo, Mike, Fort Lauderdale Tower, runway 10 right, winds calm. Fly runway heading, cleared for takeoff.
Fly runway heading, clear for takeoff, runway 10 right for November 235 Romeo Mike. Alright. Right is clear. Left, clear. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ourselves into position.
Allegiant 2150 short of 10 left, ready for departure.
Allegiant 2150, winds 340 at 3, runway 10 left, cleared for takeoff.
Okay, sit tight. We're going to go
10
heading.
left, cleared for takeoff. Allegiant 2150, thanks.
We're going to say heading is going to be centered. We're going to engage heading. We're going to say
On
altitude.
runway
We're going to say
0 contact departure.
Right, remaining.
VS. We're going to be climbing
Switching to departure,
at
Delta
1500. Stab trim. Come on, Betsy. Down you get. Down you get. There we go. Auxiliary pump off. All right. Let's go flying. Power coming in. Toga engaged. Let's go flying. This is saying intentions Vex, yeah. Takeoff power set. Airspeed alive.
We are airborne. Takeoff time captured.
Upsie daisy. Pause, are ready to climb. Gear up. And we are all the way up to 9,000. Flaps coming in. We're flying that runway heading until we're told otherwise.
Flight Romeo Mike, contact Miami departure on 118.1.
Over to departure 118.1, 5 Romeo Mike, thanks. Departure 5 Romeo Mike is passing 3,000 for 9,000 on a 9-9 heading.
November 235 Romeo, Mike Miami departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 12,000, maintain present heading, direct Calypso when able, then continue on course.
Climb, maintain 120,000, 12,000, maintain present heading, then direct to Calypso when able, and then on course for 5 Romeo Mike. 12,000. Auto throttle. Speed. Watch that now, Betsy. Auto throttle's okay. Now she's looking for direct Calypso when able, so we'll just do a direct Calypso.
Calypso. Romeo Mike, climb and maintain flight level 260.
Climb and maintain flight level 260, 5 Romeo Mike.
departure Allegiant 2150, 2000 for 4000.
Alright, so far so good. Up to
Allegiant
260.
2150, Miami departure, climb and maintain 12000.
12000, Allegiant 2150.
Why are you giving out about me auto throttle? Why are you giving out about me auto throttle? She's giving out. How do we get rid of that? She is angry, yeah. I don't get it. We're set. Click the button at the back of the throttle to deactivate it and then click it again. I've done that twice. Ah, now it's working. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Right, passing 12,000. Loads off.
Departure JetBlue 553, 2000 for 4000.
JetBlue 553, Miami departure, climb
We're
and
direct
maintain
eclipse though, so we're okay for the moment.
Climb 1000, JetBlue 553.
So we're on charts here. Let's go back one and we'll look at the weather radar. Turn it on. She's on weather. We'll go vertical. That'll do. And we're looking at our aircraft systems. Summary is looking good. Nav, beacon, pulse, pressure's all okay. Passing 15,000 feet, we continue on. We are on nav mode, please. Thank you. And now we want to do direct to Osty. November 235 Romeo Mike with a request.
Maui 881, contact Miami Center on 135.6. Type Romeo Mike, say request.
Request direct to waypoint Osty. That's Alpha Uniform Sierra Tango India. I mean, they could tell us to shag off, you know. Mac Vision, good morning.
One through 5.6, W Maui 881. Thanks for the help.
Romeo Mike, direct Osty approved.
Direct Osty approved for 5 Romeo Mike, thank you. Alright, let's go standard barrow. Flight level 180, right turn coming in, we're heading down to Osty. Man, look at that view, look, jeez.
Maui 881, contact Miami Center on 135.6. 5 Romeo Mike, contact Miami Center on 124.7.
Over to Miami Center, 124.7, 5 Romeo Mike. Miami Center, good morning. November 235 Romeo Mike, climbing through flight level 190 for 260, direct Osty. Alright.
November 235 Romeo, Mike, Miami Center, identified. Good morning.
Good morning. Is there a minimum height you can fly at, or are you allocated? Because we're flying with IF4, instrument flight rules, all our different altitudes are already set.
Caribbean Airlines 8045, contact Miami departure on 120.5.
I got to speed up.
120.5, see ya. Caribbean Airlines 8045.
And we're climbing up to 260. We'll probably get another step climb after a while. Hey, Crotty, hope you're well, buddy.
Allegiant 2150, contact Havana Center on 133.35.
Is there a setting to make them talk slower? Yeah. You can bring them right down.
Havana Center on 133.35.
This is pretty much as fast as they can go. It all depends on your own experience. Are you new to ATC? Are you very comfortable with it?
Mike, climb and maintain flight level 280.
Climb maintain flight level 280, 5 Romeo Mike. Up. That's an interesting step climb, but it's not it wouldn't be strange from Miami to give you mad steps along your route, because as the traffic is, like, there's a lot of traffic here. That's why we're not getting it clear straight up, you know what I mean? Just Roy, good morning. Yes, man, it's 28 degrees here now. ICAO recommends 100 words per minute.
Contact Palm Beach departure on 127.35.
127.35, see you, Delta 1215.
No, that sounds about right though, Vex. It sounds about right. Where is this now? If I wanted to go into
American
this...
1471 contact, Jacksonville Center on 133.325.
We can kind of put in our own kind of skill level, you know what I mean?
American 2894
for it.
contact, Jacksonville Center on 132.825.
Over to Jacksonville Center on 132.825, American 2894.
There's a button for it here somewhere. There is a setting you can dial it down. Lurking while working, toasty here, but at least there's a breeze. Oh, nice. All right, we've hit our flight level of 280, and we're just getting our speed back up. Looking a bit confused, Murph. Me confused? Never. No, there's a setting somewhere with say intentions that you can slow down the speed of ATC. I'm just trying to remember where it was. It's over here somewhere. Let's see. Unless, of course, they've moved it.
1480, Miami Center, roger.
Beep beep. Who's beeping me? ACAR's message. Hello? Departure clearance.
JetBlue 1480 contact, Miami departure on
Gate assignment at Key West. Terminal 1, Gate 1, subject to change. Alright.
119.45, JetBlue 1480.
Let's see here now. So, sometimes ATC will assign runways, handoffs, comms, sequencing, vectoring, ACARs. I need to talk to them on that. There was a way
American
you can...
2799 contact, Miami departure on 125.5.
There was a way you can slow it right down.
125.5, American 2799.
It's got to be, I wonder if it's in the app. Primary server, yes. I'll ask them the question. It's actually a great question. There used to be a distinct student mode, which I think it's gone now. Yeah, let me feed that back to the lads. Hang on. Bada 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 ba. Bada 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 ba.
Switching to Jacksonville Center on 133.325, American 2799.
Just wondering, is there a way to slow down ATC chatter to us and other AI aircraft? There used to be a distinct student mode which helped keep things a little slower. Now, wait till you see.
Contact Miami Center on 135.6.
It's now what? It's 12 o'clock. Most of that team are asleep. I guarantee you by this evening, if it's not implemented, it'll be on their plan to implement it. I guarantee it. They're so fast to jump it in, you know?
American 2894, Miami Center.
I wonder is in the SA radio stuff. Like, they are so fast.
American 1526, Miami Center. Good morning.
The only thing I can see is like bypass AI speech recognition or strict readback enforcement. So yeah, there's something there.
2894. Contact Jacksonville Center on 134.85.
Yeah, no, I think the communication from ATC to me is fine. It's listen to the AI pilots. You know, Roy says I did 2 flights to say intentions. Unfortunately, both flights turned out as a fiasco. Wrong ATIS, wrong runway. Audio that switched from humanoid. Audio slowed down. So 1 word per 5 seconds. Roy, you're gonna have to go. See that weather popping in? Strata, they need to fix that. Roy, you need to go into your pilot portal settings That's why you're having issues. So if you're getting different runways versus what SimBrief has assigned, if you go into your pilot portal and you go to your realism options, this is where you can lock runway assignments to SimBrief, and you can have this strict runway enforcement. Right? The ATIS information, where it's grabbing it from, it depends on what weather you're using. Because they'll always base it on real world weather. They used to use Active Sky some years ago, but it's the issues you might be having, Roy, it's purely from your settings. So go in and have a look at your settings in your pilot portal. This is where you can actually lock things to SimBrief. Sometimes that's handy, but really, airports change runways all the time depending on the weather. You know what I mean? Plus, there's also TF4s that work with say intentions as well. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff in this. So we can open up our map here, look. Let's see here now. These are all the aircraft it's currently scheduling. I have the AI traffic turned up to 7, which is quite high. You can go to 11. But all these purple aircraft, I'll show you through the app.
American 2894, Miami Center, roger.
If we look at the live map, these are all the aircraft it's currently controlling. And there could be real world players in with that as well. You know what I mean?
Switching to Jacksonville Center on 133.325, American 2155.
Ooh. Ooh. New things and stuff, look. But anyway, I'll get into that later.
133.325 for Envoy 4139. Good day.
But like, you can see what all these guys are doing. That's the new thing I've yet to see, yeah. Ooh.
Caribbean Airlines 8045.
Cool, isn't it?
Roger.
Say intentions assigned the correct runway, but after asked for clearance, they assigned the opposite runway. Clearance assigned 25. You're going back to check pilot portal. Do a reset to default. Yeah, so just check that setting. There's a good chance that say intentions was the same data as SimBrief when you filed it, but then they changed it. You know what I mean? Who's she talking to now? Is that for me? Oh. See ya.
American 2889
But the vast majority of, and I mean this honestly, the vast majority of issues, they're usually on the setting side. You need to just go in and make sure they're there, you know. Energizer, good to see you. Can it be 30 degrees yet? It's for your heli. What's out on the 30th? What's out, Energizer? Did Tails give us a release date? I need that machine in my life. Oh, they did, hang on. The trailer for the Dauphin is live. Years of development. We're thrilled to give you the first look. When's this coming out? Oh, be dead, Janie. Turn all this down now for a second. We do like a Dauphin. Look at the state of that.
American 2889, contact Miami departure on 128.6.
Switching to Miami departure on 128.6, American 2889.
Oh, it's pretty.
American 2894, Miami Center, roger. Five Romeo Mike, descend via Fantasy 1 to 3000 into Key West, altimeter 3003.
Hang on, I need to talk to Say Intentions. Descend via the Fantasy 1 down to 3,000 feet into Key West, altimeter 3003, 5 Romeo Mike. We'll go back to that video here now in a second. Jesus! Pause that for a second as we continue to fly. This is multitasking like an absolute mad joke.
Contact Jacksonville Center on 133.325.
Right, down to 8,000. That'll do her.
Avoid 3813 contact. Miami departure on 125.5.
Easing out. Easing
Miami
out.
departure on 125.5 and with 3813.
Right, start dropping her down. Watch the speed. Now back into my video. The state of this. Very much looking forward to this chopper, lads. Oof. One, please. That sound. Oh, this is going to be such a great machine. These guys just make the best helicopters. The state of that. June 30th. And it's in the marketplace. Exclusively in the marketplace. When is June 30th and why isn't it now? Oh, it's next Tuesday. Ah, Jesus. Next Tuesday. We have to wait till next Tuesday.
51, Miami Center. Good morning.
Teog, you know the way I'm just a sound lad? You know. How do we, please, sir. Please. Back to me knitting. Brilliant.
128.2C, attack 451.
Do we need to... Yeah, hang on now. I'll drop my little DM. All you can say is shag off.
American 3101, Miami Center. Roger.
Please, please. So you have to buy the helicopter in real life. Talk nice to him, Murph. Yeah, I don't think I'll get it now. Mudley is here. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're well. Now, let's have a look at this. Because I've duplicate videos, and I don't know why.
FedEx 104, contact Jacksonville Center on 133.325.
Switching to Jacksonville Center on 133.325, FedEx 104.
Alright, I think that's good.
FedEx 104, Miami Center.
Let's find out and see what happens, lads. That's all we can do. What are my cautions here? Speed brake is out. Speed brake in. Yellow cautions. It's grand. It's grand. Down to 3,000. That's what we were given. I want to get that speed down a little bit, and the reason why, we're very high. Right, we got 2,500, that'll help. Oh man, that Doe fan. Oh, bloody hell. Murph, according to the cloud popping with Strato, in settings you can switch from cloud depiction from Strato to Microsoft Flight Sim. Hang on. So, settings, transition cinematic, cloud depiction, injects real winds aloft plus clouds for full accuracy and control. I like using their clouds for the minute to see what it's all about, and the transition is already set to cinematic. It's not great. It really isn't great. We'll try smooth. 40 to 60 seconds, or cinematic is 90 to 120. We'll try that. Thanks, Roy. We'll have a go. Roy, how have you been liking it? You having fun with it? Can we descend a little bit faster?
5 Romeo Mike. Contact Navy Key West approach on 124.025.
Key West approach. Over to Key West approach, 124.025. 5 Romeo Mike. See ya. Key West, a very good afternoon. November 235 Romeo Mike. We are descending on the Fantasy 1 arrival, passing 17,000 feet down to 3,000. You're loving the app? Nice.
November 235 Romeo Mike, Navy Key West approach. Good morning, Key West altimeter 3003 cleared Vanid transition. Expect the Arnav runway 9er approach into Key West. Verify information whiskey.
Altimeter 30.03 cleared the Vanid transition. We'll expect runway 09 on the Ornav approach, and we have information whiskey. 5 Romeo Mike. Why is he Italian? Because he's Italian. That cracks me up all the time. It's the wrong accent. Lads, you do realise and you're aware of this thing called travel. Yeah, right. People can move around. Isn't it brilliant? He must be on exchange. Yeah. I remember saying that to Brian. It's like, Brian, why did I load into America and I had a Spanish controller? And then he just kind of, seriously, Murph? And I was like, oh yeah. Right? It makes sense. I was like, alright, yeah, it makes total sense. Also tried the historic weather, changed the date back on Friday. Oh, nice! Right, we're still descending. That's like expecting a Spanish or a Scottish person at Glasgow. Yeah. The best one I saw was just complaining about the lack of Hispanic sounding controllers in San Juan, right? Murph, ask all the hard-hitting questions so the rest of us don't have to. 100%. Come here, Shane. Let's go through our arrival briefing. This lad is going to sound so smart. Hooly doolies. Wait for him.
Alright, Murph, here's our arrival briefing. We'll be arriving at Key West on runway 09er using the RNAV approach. We're flying the Fantasy 1 arrival with the Vanid transition. Transition level is 18,000 feet. After the star, we'll intercept the RNAV to runway 09er. Weather at arrival shows winds 130 at 7 knots, scattered clouds at 2,700 feet, no significant weather expected. In the event of a missed approach, we'll follow the published missed approach procedure. Squawk code remains 5666, and approach frequency will be 124.025. We'll configure for landing with flaps full. Final approach speed will be 100 knots. Once on the ground, we'll be taxiing to Terminal 1 Gate 1. I think we're ready for the arrival, Captain. Hooly doolies.
Thanks, Shane. Hooly doolies. Right, I need to turn off a setting. Right. Sorry, Shane, can you repeat that? I want the arrival briefing, please. I'm using, say, our SI radio. It's work in progress.
Alright, Murph, here's our arrival briefing. We'll be arriving at Key West on runway 09er using the RNAV approach. We're flying the Fantasy 1 arrival with the Vanid transition. Transition level is 18,000 feet. After the star, we'll intercept the RNAV to runway 09er. Weather at arrival shows winds 130 at 7 knots, scattered clouds at 2,700 feet, no significant weather expected. In the event of a missed approach, we'll follow the published missed approach procedure. Squawk code remains 5666 and approach frequency will be 124.025. We'll configure for landing with flaps full. Final approach speed will be 100 knots. Once on the ground, we'll be taxiing to Terminal 1 Gate 1. I think we're ready for the arrival, Captain. Hooly doolies.
Hooly doolies. So yeah, so SI Radio, it's available to partners. They're still working on it. It has so many awesome features, but as Brian will say, it's liable to kind of throw a bit of an issue every now and again. So again, it goes back to user settings. If it's doing something weird, turn it off. You know what I mean? That's why it sounded like poor El Shane was sitting on himself, gradually getting worse. Right? But it's working better now. Just need to be aware these things can happen. Let's have a look here now. Let's have a look here now. Okay, now why is it holding me at 8,000? I don't want to be at 8,000. I want to be down to, let me see.
Destination weather at Key West Intel. MVFR, wind east-southeast at 6 knots. Scattered clouds at 29.
Why won't it come off VNAV?
29 degrees.
There we go. Alright, get us down to 3,000 feet, please. The Hooly Doolies rock, yeah. That's one way to put it, right? Alright. Oh, it's all about, that was on air giving us the 80s, by the way. But yeah, like if you have issues with any of the newer features, just if they show you an issue, just turn it off. You know, they'll tell you straight, like they'll say, yeah, look, we're still testing it, we're still working on it. And like where SI radio is now, it's leaps and bounds more developed than when we were last playing with it, you know? Alric, thank you very much indeed. Right, so we are descending. We're expecting runway 9er on the Fantasy 1 arrival. All right, coming down through the clouds. Easy now. Right, speed brakes are still out, down at 3,000, speed brakes in, speed 165 at the moment. I'm just talking to Teog here on the right hand side. Excited about the release of the Black Square Commander Vinyl Rabbit, looks really good. Yeah, 100% Malky, it's in experimental, that's, you know. Yeah. We know about the Irish Air Corps one. It's class looking, man. Class. He has the Victorian police one as well. Yeah, he's done it's like over 30. There's more than 30. So like, there's different variants of the chopper as well. I mean, the AS365 and also the HS65, which is brilliant. Lots of options for it, you know. I am so incredibly looking forward to that Dauphin. So we're just rambling in here on the Fantasy 1 arrival. All is looking well in the realm. That is interesting. Little bit of mist. Bottom, bottom, bum, bum, bottom, bottom, bum, bum. It's going to be a nice arrival. The Dauphin is still about serving with the Chilean Navy. It's in use in a couple of places. There's a lot of private ones out now. Naturally, when law enforcement are kind of search and rescue crowds, seldom. They're just put into civvy life, you know. Skippy, hope you had a lovely break, and we'll see you soon, bud. He was adding the little blue light that highlights the landing gear. Oh, nice. The Irish Air Corps one that delivery is based on. Yeah, 246. I flew in that. Dauphins were just, oh man, they were gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Considerable time has been spent in Dauphins over the years. It's over in Chile now. 246? Really? 245 went down in friggin' Rosslare. Or not Rosslare, sorry, in Tremor. That was very sad. 246 is in Chile. That's mad. They're great aircraft. They can fly in pretty much anything. Do you know? You were asking why it held you at 8,000. That was a charter constraint. Yeah, and I saw that ATC cleared me down to 3,000. Or via the arrival. So, you know, the heli looks like a lot of fun. Really cool looking chopper, Linny. Retractable landing gear. They did have a skid variant of it as well. And skis can be put on it as well. Going to be great along the west coast. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They used to have a harpoon underneath it. That was like a grappling harpoon that the Air Corps used to use. They fly out to the likes of the LE Etna and they fire that down and that'll tow them in when landing on ships. It's pretty cool. Speaking of ships, there's a bit of marine traffic. Oh, look at that gadget. You can land on that. Ooh. For fishing. Yeah. Great island hopper. Really is. Now, what day is next? What day is the 30th? Next Tuesday. Well, I know what we're doing next Tuesday anyway. We're going to fly that machine on release day. Where's my plan for next week? Edit. Dauphin flight with the Irish Air Corps. That's next Tuesday. Unless you get it early. I don't think he'll put it out early. I don't think he'll put it out early. A2A's new RG will be a steam gauge version based on the A2A aircraft. Yeah. I'm looking forward to an update from Scott on that. That looks class. The Legacy. Great machine. Alright, keep rambling in. Three 003, so we're on the right altimeter. 29 degrees outside now, lads. Jeez, it's getting warm. I'm not into stick flying planes, but I'm on board of purchasing anything A2A releases. Yeah. There's a bit of learning with the Sovereign. Murph, when begging doesn't work, switch to bribery. No, I'm not worried. Some developers are okay with pre-release content creators doing stuff. Others aren't. I get it. I totally get it. And to be honest, if Teog said, well, I wouldn't treat it... if you gave it to me now, I wouldn't be like, you know, right, we're immediately going to fly it. It'll be sit down with the thing and learn it. Do you know what I mean? Probably can't say Murph, but when the commander comes out, any plans to have Nick on again? Yeah, 100% Energizer. 100%. Can he even give a preview version if it's tied to the marketplace? Technically he can, but like he's giving you a beta build. You know what I mean? So he has a build, whatever build he's submitted, that's the one now that goes to the marketplace, and he'll continue on with his own builds for updates and bug fixing and all this kind of stuff. Like his beta test team have a build of the aircraft, but it's marked as beta. So it's just easier and cleaner, you know what I mean? I know with Raul had to build me the same copy that was going to be on the marketplace for me to showcase it, because the one he was using was 2 or 3 versions ahead of it. It's like, it's not that straightforward, you know? I guess the commander is complete. Yeah, I'd say so. I'm looking forward to the Aero Commander. You know? Bit of cloud here. Speed is good. We're just rambling in. But yeah, man, I'm so excited for that Dauphin. Like, the next helicopter I'd be looking forward to after that is the Sea King. But the Dauphin, I mean, I've flown in the thing. Do you know? Used to play in the thing. Carried off Table Mountain in it. Flew out to Rosslare in it. Went out to the Bailey Lighthouse in it. When Turbo Commander the Twin later on this year, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, Malky, yeah. Can't wait for the Aero. We'll do some Bob Hoover maneuvers, right? Yeah, like Hoover flew at the air shows. Yeah, it's a great plane. Did I sleep in it? Did I sleep in the Dauphin? No. Fell asleep in an Alouette, all right. How that happened, I don't know. But sure, that's what happens when you go out and play soldiers. Really enjoying the BO-105. Oh, the Limbics, that's so cool, yeah. It is Vinyl Rabbit, yeah. Black Square are also working on an Aero Commander. And a King Air. And other stuff. The Dauphin, so the Air Corps used it for ministerial air transport, search and rescue, air ambulance.
5 Romeo Mike, descend and maintain 1,500 feet until established clear for the RNAV runway 09er approach via Vanity.
Roger, descend and maintain 1,500 feet until established, cleared for the RNAV runway 09 approach via Vanid for 5 Romeo Mike. V-speed. 1,000 feet a minute. Speed down a bit. Say intentions, yes indeed. So, are there any Dauphins now in any museum? There's one in, there's one still in Bâle at the VIP terminal, I think, or in the museum. There's one in Collins's, I think. I think there's one up in Bangor. I think the only thing Black Square isn't working on is getting more sleep. Agreed. But yeah, like that Dauphin, like look at the cut of it, man. Irish Air Corps colours. Look at that. Oof. They used to have these fancy blue seats when I was doing ministerial air transport. I remember there was a day I was on the ramp in Maldonald and I was in, whatever reason, I was in the Dauphin and the sliding door opened and there was 2 girls. I was only young. There was 2 girls and I was chatting away to them. I was like, well, how are you getting on? And then their mother came over and it was Mary McAleese. I was like, right, I'm somewhere I shouldn't be. They were like, who are you? And I was like, ooh. You know. I used to play football with her brother. Isn't that mad? Terminal 1, Gate 1, right, that's grand. Landing profile. Where do we do this now?
November November 658. Whiskey, Papa contact Miami Center on 132.2.
Interesting.
132.2 for November 658, Whiskey Papa.
That wasn't for me at all. Right, let me see. We turned before Vantage, that's okay. Approach. Really can't do approach. And November 235 Romeo Mike, we are established for runway 09er. Alright, your odometer coming off. Auto throttle, disconnect. And let's see what happens. Got to flight on 139. Yeah, flew the 139 as well. See this weather coming in? What the hell, Strat? You need to fix that. Right, V-speeds are in. And 5 Romeo Mike established on the localizer 09er. Doodly-doo, doodly-doo. Uh-oh.
Descend and maintain 1,500 feet until established. Cleared for the RNAV runway 09er approach via Vanid, November 235 Romeo, Mike.
Okay, it's doing things. November 235 Romeo Mike established on the localizer runway 09. Uh-oh. I think I need to restart it. We have an issue. And it's because I used friggin' something I shouldn't have. Oh dear. Oh dear. Right, we'll head in. You need to activate the approach in GTC before the approach button will work. More things to learn, sweet. Now this is unlikely going to allow me to land, is it? Let's see what happens. Key West Tower, 5 Romeo Mike, short final runway 09. Do. Balls! Key West, 5 Romeo Mike, short final runway 09. Easy. Will we get a clearance?
November 235 Romeo, Mike, Key West Tower, runway 9er, winds 130 at 7, cleared to land.
Clear to land, runway 9er, 5 Romeo Mike. Jays, that was close.
200.
Approaching runway 9.
Easy now.
100.
She came back in the end, which is great.
50. 40. 30. 20.
Easy. Easy. Floaty McFloaty. Easy now.
Wheels down. Landing time locked.
All right. Flaps in. Speed brake.
5 Romeo Mike, contact ground on 121.9er.
Over the ground, 121.9er, 5 Romeo Mike. Ground, November 235 Romeo Mike, vacated the active on Alpha 3, request parking stand 1.
Romeo Mike, taxi to GA parking stand 1 via Alpha 3, Alpha Bravo 1. Good day.
Stand 1 over at GA via Alpha 3, Alpha Bravo 1 for 5 Romeo Mike, thanks. Alright, it redeemed itself. It redeemed it. Good brakes in the plane. Yeah, we came in very bad. Ryland, good to see you, bud. We'll come down the road here. There's signature. We can probably park in there. Do 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 do. So I'd say what happened there, I started the flight using SI radio. It had an issue and I just changed it in the back end without restarting the app, and then the app seemed to have tripped itself up. So I just restarted the app and it bounced back perfectly. So note to self, stop using experimental things. Alrighty, that'll do us. Park and brake. On. Yep, we're looking good. Looking good. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. You're very welcome to Key West.
Cargo offloaded at Key West Intel. 1 items delivered. Manifest closed.
Okay.
Engine off.
Chocks in.
Time logged.
And we'll get our GPU back connected. That was pretty cool, wasn't it? So we're using OnAir. I'm a huge fan of it. Huge fan of it. Look at the state of that, lads. Isn't that gorgeous, isn't it? Live time as well, man. That was a beautiful flight. You'll never stop experimenting.
Ready to push.
It's not in your nature, 100%.
Delta 1072, pushback approved.
Roger, pushback approved. Delta 1072.
And ground, November 235 Romeo Mike. We have arrived at our parking, shutting down the engines. We'd just like to thank you for your ATC coverage today. And they'll probably say something like shag off. Do you know?
Flight Romeo Mike, you're welcome. Have a great day.
Okie doke. Great job, Shane. That's us done for today. We'll see you on the next one. Hooly doolies, Mev. Right. If he says it, brilliant. Give us a hooly doolies.
Great job, Murph. That's a wrap for today. Looking forward to the next one. Hooly doolies.
Yes! Brilliant. Right, so our flight has been completed with OnAir. Say Intentions is friggin' class, isn't it? Isn't it just class? It's absolutely deadly. Right. Flight score of 98.8. Shane puts the doolies in the hoolies. What is hooly doolies anyway? Where did that even... Hooly doolies? I said it in the kitchen the other day. My wife looked at me. What? Yeah, hooly doolies. Right? She's like, what are you going on about? Are you okay in the head? Do you know? Gannon is here. Good morning. So let's have a look. Our flight score 98.8, which is nice. We lost a point somewhere. Our maximum pitch, we pitched a little bit too far up, and we lost a point for that. But otherwise, yeah, man, that was brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant. We're going to register the flight, ka-ching, and that'll get us paid. Job finished. Pay and reputation bonus increase as well. Comfort bonus, safety bonus, landing, soft landing, and a flight score bonus, all done in there. Excellente. Excellente. It's a cover for a swear word when something goes wrong. All right, okay. Bijani then. Yeah. It's like Bijani then. You know, on your second leg of the morning, man, Gannon. That was a very nice flight. Very, very nice flight.
End of flight. Logbook updated.
Thanks very much, Jemima. Just, that was brilliant, wasn't it? Fort Lauderdale up to Boston. Oh, that's a flight. Gannon, that's a real nice flight. One from Irv, or -1 from Irv breaking the radio. Yeah, and blowing the ILS or nav. Yeah. I did make several mistakes on today's flight. But you know, I do this kind of stuff so you don't have to. Do you know what I mean? That's what I do. So next up, lads, we need to do our briefing for tonight's flight because we're flying on the VATSIM network. So let's come over here and the flight. There was an update to the whatchamacallit. There was an update to the 7.3 Max that we're going to load into now, and I'm hoping this works. What am I actually doing here now, Murph? Is it this one? Now, flying Ryanair on this flight is not going to make any sense whatsoever. So we're not going to use that one. I was going to go with an Air Canada livery for this evening as we await the 166 seats. As we await our... oh, do you know what we could do? Hang on a second. Air Canada is gorgeous, don't get me wrong. But I think I have some very fancy Southwest ones. I do. Southwest Louisiana 1. Look at the state of that livery, look. What do you think about it here now? Look at that. Ooh. Or Norwegian. Red nose. JetBlue holiday. yeah, landing into Key West with Ryanair. Could have made a lot of sense. The new Alaskan one is nice as well. But there's that Alaskan one. That's not the new one though, is it? I think I have a workaround, and we're going to test that now. Shag, we'll go Air Canada only because it looks so freaking cool. Air Canada. Then again, that Southwest one is dreamy. Let's go with that Southwest one. I think it looks class. Louisiana 1. Louisiana. Right, so tonight's VETS image, we're going to be blasting off out of... where am I going tonight, friends? Port-au-Prince, down here, isn't it? Norman Manley. Turn off the seated passengers later. Roger, okay. Right, let's go in and tidy this stuff up now. So, let me see. I need to go into the pilot portal and turn off some stuff with say intentions. Go. So that's all sorted. And now the question is going to be, can we get the Sim App Pro working with our aircraft for this evening? Right? That's what we're hoping. Now, what else have I to do? Also, if you've just updated your 737 MAX, after it builds the initial WASM folder, go back to the menu and then go back in again. Thank me later. Right? So this will take a minute to load. So while we're waiting here, let us go to group flights. Naughty, you didn't update the website. You're sacked. Right, let's have a look. So this is the flight we're doing. It's Norman Manley over to Tampa. But that's last week's flight. So we'll go to Discord, where it has it. Come along, computer. Let's go to VATSIM. VATSIM Thursday. And here we go. You said you did? The website? Naughty. That says from Miami over to place. Oh look, the details arrived, the title's wrong. Jay. Listen. Disgraceful carrying on. Now, I don't have any scenery for here. Do we need scenery for here, lads? I have Tampa. Yeah. Naughty did a classic... Oh, Jesus, we're actually in the jetway. Right. I'm thinking we need to grab some scenery for here because it's like... No, you're all right, thanks, Sim. Right? So let's quit this and let's see, do we need scenery? So FS add-ons compare. Wings Sim. It's 14... Jesus. It's $15.99 on the marketplace. Does it even look nice? This is the question. Does it actually look nice? It does look nice. Well, I mean, it's basic, isn't it? 20 euros? It's a hard sell, like. Four stars. Yeah, I think we'll just go with the free version. What's the free one like on the TO? It's for 2020 only. Does this work in 24 is the question. It's fairly basic as well, isn't it? No, like it's principles, Al. 20 euros on a scenery you're probably going to use once. No. You know what I mean? I think I've had one scenery that was built for 2020 that didn't work. Pretty much all of them work fine, says Rambog. Okay. See, this is the problem. Over 2,000 hand-placed objects. That absolutely shags your sim. Airport looks good. The runway is backwards in 2024. The runways are backwards in 2024. Right, so we'll just go default. So is that what we're saying? That's what we're saying? Bloody hell. There's nothing straightforward. Like, for an airport that, as I said, you're literally only going to use once. Like, it's hard to justify it. We'll just go default. You know? I can't be alone in that. If I see an airport that I'm saying, right, I need to review it, or, you know, I'm going to be flying in and out of there, yeah, well, then I'll grab it. 2024 not closing without task manager. Yeah, it does it all the time, Big Al. All the time. Like, if it's an airport that's very good, I'll buy it. If it's just kind of, you know, because all that, like, we learned this, unfortunately, the hard way, because I have so many sceneries now for 2020 that are bugger all used to me in 2024, and a lot of the devs wanted to be paid to upgrade them. No, I'm not doing that. Especially for like the one-off airports you never visit. In 2020, I have hundreds of airport sceneries, hundreds of them, because I used to buy them all. You know, but like, yeah, not really needed. I think Microsoft kind of need to really start figuring out and fixing the default auto-gen stuff that they have, the buildings and the assets. They're at the stage now where you can consider them to be like, yeah, you know what I mean? It'd be great to see that update coming at some stage, because if you look at their new airports, you know, like all these glider airports and the GA ones, they're actually stunning. They're really, really nice. But like some of the default airports, just the default ones, a lot of work is needed there to bring them up to the same visual standards, you know? Been looking a lot of getting X-Plane 12 lately. I find it amazing how good the default airports are. Oh, yeah. There's even an enhancement you can get for it as well, Rambog. FD says, yeah, X-Plane's so much better in this regard. Their default airports are way better. Plus, they have the community gateway for airports, so users can make their own and tweak them and change buildings. You know what I mean? I would agree though. X-Plane default airports are very good. Microsoft Flight Sim's default airports for the glider ports and some of the GA fields, they're excellent. And of course their handcrafted airports are brilliant. But the general default ones are just like, ugh. What happened to the gateway thing for Microsoft Flight Sim? I asked Georg about it. He's like, yeah, no, we're still working towards it. But it's like, what? They're dealing with other things. You know? Like, we still haven't seen the release of Sim Update 5.1. That still hasn't been deployed yet. So, that's a little bit worrying, you know? Medic, 24 Life is here. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're well. How's your day going, man? It's 30 degrees outside. It's 32 degrees inside. Balls! If they open up a world hub, default airports would be way better. Agreed. They just need to, like, create all the assets, all the buildings and texture files and all this sort of jazz, make them available, and then open up the gateway. Poof, off you go. I'd say within a month, that would transform the default sceneries of the sim, you know? Just getting started over here in Louisiana on your way to work. Ooh. Hopefully the World Hub Dublin was, let's say, interesting. The World Hub Dublin. The World Hub Dublin. Let's say interesting. What do you mean? I that's lost to me, Rambog. It's too hot. I can't think. I can't use my brains. World Hub Dublin. Oh wait, is that the one that you did? Remember the time you did that? You did the edit for Dublin. That was class. Right, Sim, come on there and load is a good fella. Now, we wanted to go in. Back when the World Hub was on limited access, Dublin got an update. Oh, yes. Okay, departure time is going to be this. Dish. Now, let's try this again. Louisiana 1, and sure, listen, we'll just load up into the default airport. Don't go near the jetways because they're completely and utterly shagged. We'll go over here. Flight conditions. Live weather, like. Live weather. Alright, according to SimBrief, this is our planation. We are Firefly 235, even though we're in the Southwest livery. We're going to be taking the Boeing 737 MAX 8. There you go. IFR 2 hours 25. Let's go ahead and generate. The sim is having a moment. Ooh. I mean, look at delivery. That's class looking. Right. This is going to make things terribly interesting. Sim App Pro. Did I do enough trickery for you to realize that I'm in a 737 MAX? Let's find out together. Do. Wait for it. Do. Yes. Yes. Aircraft module name, retrieval status. Do. Okay, we're going to do some science. Do. I fly. Where's I fly? Here we go. 737 MAX. Southwest. Louisiana 1. Do. I wonder if I had to reload the sim for these changes to make effect. The file is right. Do. Give it a second now, lads. Do. Ah, balls. Aircraft module name retrieval. iFly Max 189 seats. Let's just, because I want this to work tonight. Kill that. Now let's try this again. So that's the aircraft gone in, right? I wonder is that even the right one? Let's go into the iFly. And let's go into sim objects, airplanes. Ah, here we go. Here we go. So let's just double check this. If I go into aircraft, it should be iFly 738 Max, right? iFly. It should be just that, shouldn't you? iFly 737 Max 8. Right. For all intents and purposes, Murphy's going to now break everything. Are we ready, friends? Sim objects, airplanes, the Max 8 aircraft. Change the name of that. Who are into this? Kajish. Save. Next. Aircraft. Change that. Save. Next. Change this. Next. And change this. That's already done. Right, I think this will work. If this works, lads, there's going to be a round of applause, a magic show at 3 o'clock. You know, to be fair, Murph, and your extensive history of breaking things is now factually considered art. I've broken so much stuff over the years.
Studies, 60% of the time, it works.
Every time. My ears are sweating, it's so shagging hot. 777 is here, good to see you. Yeah, let's see what happens now. If this works, I shall be henceforth known herein as a genius. You put me knitting down for the magic show. Yes, there will be a magic show at 3 o'clock. What was I doing here? Oh yeah, our flight. Whoosh. Jesus, this is a good long flight. Over Cuba, over Miami, and then we're in. This could be a busy flight. Flight level 380. What's our maximum climb on this? 380. By the way, while we've time here, do you ever want to know how to read these? 10 minutes ago, you literally said no more experimenting. Yeah, I know, right? Anyway, what we're looking for here. So your cost index is here. Your cruise index, right? Cost index is there, right? The average winds along the route is 024 at 5, right? The average wind is going to be -3. So that's a headwind. Your maximum altitude, flight level, steps, that's the highest you're going to go. It's going to be flight level 380. Right? Your fuel, block. That's all your fuel. Dispatcher, Sir Murph, pretty good. Here's your ATC route. Here's your block times. Then you have your passengers, your cargo, your payload, your zero fuel weight, your takeoff weight, and then your landing weight. All right? If you ever want to know, that's what they are. They're all in your flight plan. Right, let us go to Ventu Sky. Ventu Sky, and let's look at the weather. Oh, it's going to be hot as balls down here. Let's look at 2000 Zulu this evening. So out of kind of Kingston, Jamaica, 31 degrees, and looks to be a bit of wind coming in from the east. And when we ramble up to Florida, 2 hours later, up into Tampa, 34 degrees. So it's equally hab over this neck of the woods, right? Spitfire, RAF 100. Good to see you, bud. So the wind, ground level wind, 8 o'clock. Come back on down here. Oh, Jesus, look, there's a bit of wind coming in. Is that moving up or down? Okay, so it could be quite windy. There's a bit of wind here. 15 knots, let's call it. And when we're arriving into Tampa, when we arrive into Tampa, it's coming in from the west. Let's look at our cruising wind. So when we depart, yeah, it's going to get real tricky. Very calm here, look. Winds aloft at like 3 knots. That's nothing. And then when we start coming up over the United States, a bit of a headwind. Nothing major to write home about. 15, 20 knots total. That'll do. Cloud cover next, right? Pieman Jim is here for 11 months. Cheers, buddy. Hope you're well, buddy. Mamako. Thank you very much. Welcome in. Greetings from the Philippines. Hello from Tipperary in Ireland. Hope you're well, buddy. So, weather conditions on the ground this evening. Back. Let me see. 8 o'clock. Yeah, it's a bit cloudy. 40 to 50%. And then by the time we get up to Tampa, there's a bit of cloud. Precip. Okay, so there's thunderstorms-ish in the area. Looks like there's a band of bad weather moving in now. And then as we depart, we're going to be up overflying this neck of the woods. There's a huge cell over here, look. Jesus, that's proper. We'll be looking down on that. And then as we ramble into Tampa, we're going to be passing all sorts of jiggery-pokery on the way in. Doesn't seem to be hitting Tampa, though. Looks like we'll get in and out before it. It's currently 47 degrees in my armpit. Thanks, Jim. Great update. Yeah, very good. Right, into the sim now. Let's see if my genius has actually worked. If it hasn't, we're just going to blame it on Gibbo. Right, jump back in here now. We shall see. It'll be a nice, interesting flight. I think it will, yeah. Flying over this sort of weather, I think it will be, yeah. 100%. It's not Muse's fault today. No. Poor El Muse, I mean, he's been up against it. He's enough issues. We'll see. Now, hopefully this works. And all my testing has not been in vain. You're so vain. Do you know what I tried last night? I tried this yo called Sunshine and Moonlight. Did you ever hear of it? So Sunshine runs on this PC and then I can put Moonlight on my Mac, which means I can then get access to this PC from my Mac. Deadly. But it's fantastic for playing games. I started thinking after looking at the new Steam computer, the Valve computer. I was like, well, what's the point? Do you know? So I can be inside in the couch or overseas and get access to this PC to play games. Hardware configuration is a bit of a devil when it comes to inputs, but overall I think it's quite good. Quite good. Right, let us import the flight from SimBrief. We'll do the same over here. And let's have a look. Alrighty, so it's a direct departure. Is that what we filed for, yeah? No departure. Okay. Into the aircraft. Let's see what happens. P.S. Mirandai, hello there. Hope you're well, bud. Let's see if my genius worked, lads. Yes. Sometimes my genius, I mean, this needs to be said, but sometimes my genius is enough to regrow eyebrows. I mean, lads, where would you get it? That Murphy was able to make a couple of changes and all of a sudden I have my entirety of wind control hardware working once again. I mean, that's a level of genius Can I just say, for all of those who even once doubted me genius. No departure. First 2 waypoints have been specified by ATC. And there will be for tonight. Okay. Roger. Have you ever lost an eyebrow and needed to regrow it? Not me personally, but if you did, just stay close to me. It'll grow back. Brilliant. I must tell Jamie how to do this because it worked. Hang on a second now. Oh, Jamie, oh, buddy, oh, pal. 1 second. So, to get your wind control Boeing stuff working with the 737 MAX, go into your community folder, open the aircraft CFG file. Where's this now?
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Who turned off my lights? Motley! Open iFly aircraft 737 MAX 8 folder. Then into sim objects, airplanes, and you will see 4 folders. One at a time, open each one. Hooly doolies. One and open its aircraft.cfg. Change. Near the top you will see flight sim .0. Balls. I'm going to press. Oh, balls! How do you get that? Is it Alt? No. Shift? No. Flight sim 0. Flight sim 0. Change the title equals that. Do this for each 737 MAX. Then sim app. Then sim app. Sim app can see it. Works perfectly, albeit a faff. Right, are we all happy there now? Did we go through all of that? Anyone else is having the same problem? That is how we fix it. Yes. Mrs. TPHI has rolled in. Good morning. She's currently upside down. Now, this is screaming at me. Hang on a second. My plane. I want an air stare on this gadget. Ground. Give us the GPU. On up here. On the GPU. Lovely. Now, let's go ahead and get that air stare opened. Doors, air stare, forward. Murph, keep in mind that the file, there could be more flight sim entries. Yeah, it's just a 0. Do the 0 one. You know, hey, Sky Command, good to see you. Knee deep in code. This man is handsome and smart. Ah, Jesus. It's good to see you, Sky. You're up before your breakfast. Good to see you, buddy. Look at our gorgeous livery, look. And I managed to get my wind control gear working. Why aren't the lights working now? Oh, they are oh, look at that thing. Oh, they are working once again. This is a great day. Great day. All right. Okay. Aircraft loaded in. That's fine. We're using default scenery for here. That's fine. It's going to be a non-standard departure. We're going to be expecting ATC telling us what to do. We know the winds at this stage. It's very early. Come back to bed. Put the kettle on. So we're blasting off from runway 12. That's expected. Into the east. Kinda. And then we'll be vectored by ATC. So that part is fine. Our approach later on, an RNAV coming in from, is it Korea? Korea? And then we're going to be expecting runway 19er right into Tampa. If we can load an approach, let's have a look. ILS, there's an ILS there. Now where are we coming in from? LESAF. They'll probably vector us from final, will they? So they'll vector us in from here. 19er right. And then we have a missed approach. Hey, Viper Strike, good morning. Let's have a look. So the missed approach is going to be climb 500, climbing right, turn to 2000, direct P, or the pi via war and hold, right? Continue to climb on the hold to 2,000 feet. TACAN aircraft climb to 500. Okay, we're not TACAN, don't worry about that. We're not military. So we're going to head down this way. And then missed approach is out to our right, climbing at 2,000 feet. It's very straightforward. Let's have a look at the airport. Arrival 19er right. Airside Echo or Foxtrot. And then we've customs here as well. So the airside stands, it's similar to Orlando in terms of these like little satellite terminals, right? US customs are down here. We'll probably have to go that neck of the woods. Because it's like Jamaica. So we can park on the west side of the field. Alright. Let's go to Tampa. Any questions so far? No? We happy enough doing what we're doing? ATC are going to tell us what to do and how to get out of there. US Customs down this neck of the woods. We do have custom scenery for Tampa. Is it Latin VF4, I think? I think it's Latin VF4. I think. Or is it MK? I can't remember. It was €22 though, I will say that. Alrighty then. The arrival airport. Speed up our cameras. And all I'm doing here, I'm building up that scenery cache. Because I don't want stutters, you know what I mean? This really does help. Man, this is a big airport. Tampa's friggin' massive, isn't it? Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. By the way, for anyone's interested, the pre-release for Grand Theft Auto is today. €99 for the unlimited pack. €99. Games are getting dear, aren't they? I remember having a job when I had to pay 65 for like Grand Theft Auto, or 60. It was like, ah, bloody hell. €99 for the Ultimate Edition. Tampa's vertical sim. Yeah, I'll double check the scenery file. It's nice. Couple of Frontier aircraft. United have a hub. Alright, this kind of looks alright, doesn't it? Yeah, still cheaper than, yeah, 100%. Still cheaper than the Aviator edition of Flight Sim. Yeah. It's grand. It's basic. It'll do. Okay, so we're going to be planning to arrive on runway 19 right. So there's photogrammetry here, which is going to be absolutely deadly. So that's how it's all going to be looking later on. A bit like that. And then we've Tampa down here, look. It's great getting photogrammetry, isn't it? Or photogrammetry. Not Grand Theft. Yeah. Is Murph going to be playing GTA 6 on stream? I will stream GTA 6. Only because I want to play it when it comes out. And we'll do it like in the evenings or something. I think we could have an awful lot of fun with GTA. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, I know that. It won't be like mainstream what I'm doing on the channel. But we will stream it, 100%. Jeez, this place is nice, isn't it? Alright. So when we land, we're going to be heading over to this neck of the woods, because this is where customs are. You know? Should be titled Actual Egypt Plays GTA. Yeah. Roy, right? Like, the world and its mother is going to be streaming Grand Theft Auto, but I just want to give it a blast. Like, it could be a Friday night after our flight or something. You know what I mean? All right. Scenery's okay. Let's double check all our connections. So we'll go over to VPilot. I use VPilot Remote. I wonder, do I need to use VPilot Remote anymore? VPilot Remote is a faff. I wonder, do I need to use it? The reason why I used to use it is because my audio was routed over there. Hang on. VPilot. I have it on host mode. We'll try the normal one. Let's see if this works. Okay. Settings. Push to talk. Audio. Microphone device. Realtek audio. Speakers. Output. Yeah. Now, it's not... Yeah, that's not bad. It's getting a reading there, so we can apply that. Push to talk is fine. Model matching. Custom rules. It has us. Why does it only have us? Where's the rest of me model matching? Do. Apparently, it'll be out on the PC after 3 months. I wouldn't say 3 months, Sheffy. Is that confirmed? It could be over a year. Where's my VMware files? Plugins. VATSIM turned off. Plugins 24. Ah, balls. Oh wait, haven't I just flight stuff? I've just flight stuff. Where is the Just Flight via more? Just Flight. Traffic Fleet. Where's the VMware file though? You know what I mean? Traffic update. There is no update. It'll give you the VMR if you install the traffic manager. I don't want the traffic manager. Is a traffic control center? Balls doesn't know what that is. FS traffic. So it's FS traffic. I can only uninstall it. Balls. I've no model matching. How did I manage that? Normally a year. Check what you have set in vPilot host mode. I think it was the same, Naughty. That looks very good, Roy. I'm very impressed. Settings. Model matching. I was only using one. Balls, I need a VMR file. That's if I'm using just flights traffic. I wonder, should I be using just FSLTL? What are your thoughts, lads? Just flight or FSLTL? Do. I should be using someone's model matching. Dan says both. Balls. Right, that's why we do these tests. Task manager. Right, kill you for the minute. Now we need to go over to Just Flight and grab their traffic stuff. My account. You're using FSLTL? Where's the FSLTL one? Right, your orders, traffic. Captain Azor, it's good to see you. Rambog, that's the one I want. There's a tool called Perfect Model Matching, or Perfect Model Matching, where you can generate a VMR file from all the models available in your community folder. It's in its folder, right? Okay. Well then, hang on. I'll just use that one, not Rambog. Perfect Model Matching. Is that the ticket right there? It is. Right. You can only select one. Right, generate matching rules. No. Scan. There we go. I wonder, can you add multiple ones? No? Aircraft type, airline, okay. Generics priority, use defaults. Takes a while to run if you have many models. Okay. Now, where does it put the file? Is that it there? 1332. Excellent. Excellent. Downloads, perfect model matching. We're going to copy you and we're going to put you in here. Paste. Yes. In you go. Right, that's the first bit of the jigsaw. Second bit of the jigsaw. Open this guy. And we will turn on FSLTL traffic base. And this should now be automatically in here, shouldn't it? Close you. The things we do, lads, the things we do. And if I look in here, we should have FSLTL traffic models, FSLTL traffic base. Yeah, there it is. And it's rules. Deadly. Right, let us open up vPilot, the app, right? And we're going to configure this puppy here now. So settings. Settings. Model matching. Advanced custom. Right, add a custom set. So we have one in our downloads and we also have one inside our community folder, which is going to be here, which is going to be community shortcut. Is it? They call the shagging thing. FSLTL. Right, let's go with that, lads. Right, it's all coming together. It's all great gas and excitement and things when it comes to stuff. 31 degrees in the pool. It's 30 degrees here in Tipperary. It's 32 degrees on my wall. Oh. You should have had that activated first so I could have detected them in the community folder. Oh. No, it shouldn't matter. Because FSLTL has its own VMR. Do you get me? And Just Flight was already in there. So yeah. Yeah. Right, we're cool. Let's see what happens here now. This is all terribly exciting. I have the IAVO stuff as well. You know. Right, let's see what happens here. Buttons. Yes. Sim brief. Yes. So this is the last bit of the jigsaw. Right, that looks terribly impressive. Roll on the Dauphin. Oh Jesus, I can't. We watch that again. Jesus, that's loud. But we'll watch it again because Jesus.
In France, she would be called La Renard, and she would be hunted with only her cunning to protect her. She's a babe. She's a robo-babe. In Latin, she would be called Babia Majora.
If she were a president, she'd be Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, right. We need this in our lives. It needs to happen immediately. Man, that looks freaking cool, doesn't it? Jesus, it looks lovely. So yeah, we need to grab that Dauphin. Terribly important. Terribly, terribly important. So anyway, let's see what we're doing here. We're going to load this in. We managed to fix the wind control gear. That's great news. Great news. And now we're just going to make sure that our model matching is indeed working, and we just use vPilot directly from this PC. Because you know the way, because usually it's over there, and I'm like, no, right. So let's see what happens. I'm terribly excited about this. This could actually work. It has no pink livery though. No, it doesn't. Let me see. vPilot. Jesus. vPilot. Let's pop you on the desktop. No, let's put you on start. I'll just leave you there for a minute, and we can use that later on. So vPilot is going to be loading in. Scan is complete. I better close this and then I'll restart it. Let the sim do its thing, you know. Is it safe to say, Murph, that you'll be flying that chopper for the entire month of July? Well, I mean, yeah, you know. There's a good chance I will be flying the bejesus out of it. It releases next Tuesday, which means we're going to fly it on Tuesday. And then we're going to probably fly it again this day next week with OnAir, you know? Every stream, forevermore. Change the name of the channel. Dauphin Pilot. Dauphin Lover. Wait, what? Dauphin. We need a name. A total brand change. Don't mind this TTM, Two-Tone Murphy Muppet. No. That'd be hilarious. We'll get Cyrus and Cornwolf to put out an entire fleet of pink FFA liveries. Mrs. TPA wants a pink livery. Oh, Jesus. We'll have to, yeah, someone's going to have to make a pink livery. Just for Mrs. TPHI. Now, flying the Dauphin upside down, it won't like that. I'm just saying, you know, it won't like that. So, in order to fix that for you, we'll just put you upside down in your chair, but the sim and everything else will be normal, right? Mr. TPHI, you have a terrible, important job to do. Right, the sim. Come on now, Betsy. Right. Like that'll stop her trying. Agreed. You're not even a chopper guy and you're going to fly it? Yes. Inverted cockpit for the win. 100%. Right. Let's try all this again. We're going to go up to Tampa. Where am I? Over here. Back into Tampa. We'll park on 85. In you go, you big Jesse. Now, while this is loading, VATSIM radar. Let's open up this guy. Or just move it to Australia. We've no ATC up here. Well, balls to it.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
I'm going to have to load in that somewhere has traffic. We shall see. MDA 009, the man, the myth, the legend. Good to see you, buddy. You're lurking away. MDA, good to see you, buddy. Thank you for 42 months, man. What an absolute ledge. Hope you're keeping well. MDA has been streaming like a boss for the last couple of months, and his channel, I have to say, is doing really, really well. It's extremely awesome vibes just to hang out and, you know, look at Irish people play video games in space where we invented. But yeah, it's good to see you, buddy. You're very welcome in. Right, vPilot, let's try this again. This could be interesting. I'm after biting my tongue. I must have did it last night. It's killing me. What are you saying, more? Right, it's very sore. Connected to the simulator. Okay. Connect. Call sign. Firefly 235. Aircraft type B737 Max. Connect. Huzzah, it worked. It did the thing with the O clock. Excellent. MCO is on. But I don't think we're going to see any other aircraft. Is there anyone around who can log in to see can we see on the gadget? There's only us here. Now, will this work? This is the question. This is the question. Dot CTAF. Dot. How do you get not enough parameters? How do we get the frequency? Dot CTAF KTPA. Okay, 119.5. 119er decimal 5. Okay, 119er decimal 5. Ground, GPU. Up. 119er decimal 5. Let's see, does this transmit? Traffic, Firefly 235, radio check. No one's going to hear me, but I saw it transmitting. Settings. Network is grand, notifications, fonts, audio, push to talk is set. Performance, grand. Miscellaneous, keep window visible. Okay, I need to go somewhere that has ATC traffic now. Isn't that it? Disconnect. Let's see. Stop pressing that button. You're just a muppet. End that flight. Yes. Now let's come back to VATSIM radar. Where is there a Gansey load of traffic? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. We better stay well. I don't want to go somewhere like very busy. How often do you still wear the Pocahontas outfit? It depends. Jays, I could have said something frightfully. Whenever your mom requests it. Desperate. Give out. Good to see you, buddy. EGG. Yeah, we can go there, but that's very busy, isn't it? But then again, it's going to be ideal for 572. I don't have it. Do I even have the scenery for here? EGLL. I don't think I have the scenery for here. Doesn't matter, says you. I don't think I have Heathrow scenery loaded. No, it's all default. It's all default. There's a ton of traffic in London, though, as usual. As usual. There's ATC in France. What? Get out of town, would you? Right, let's have a look. I need to go somewhere that has lots of aircraft because I want to test model matching. So it looks like it's going to have to be Heathrow. Where can I park? Let's have a look. 365 neck of the woods or 565. 365 or 565. 565. Ramp. Let's try this. Mrs. GPHI. Right, let's see what happens here, right? Yeah, default. Like, that's what I mean. See what I mean with the default stuff? It's frightening, isn't it? Frightening. I'm in a Southwest livery. This is not going to make sense to anyone on the VATSIM network. But sure, listen. Horse on there now. Battery. Now, what frequency do we want? 128.080. 128.080. Okay, it says we're receiving, but I can't hear it. 121.905. It says we're connected, but I'm not hearing any sounds. Huh. And the ATIS doesn't appear to be working. And it says we're receiving it. Is this a Murphy issue again? It is. Possibly audio routing.
QNH 1017 hectopascals. Pilots are reminded that data link clearances are not available for Compton departures. Acknowledge receipt of information Bravo and advise aircraft type and series on first contact with Heathrow.
We'll give them a shout for the crack and just see what they say. Heathrow ground, Firefly 235, radio check.
Firefly 235, Heathrow ground, hello, readability 5.
5 also, thank you for Firefly 235. Brilliant!
KI41 Tango requesting IFR clearance 2. Amsterdam Schiphol has filed information in Bravo, stand 554. We are aircraft type 737-800.
141 Tango, thank you, cleared to Amsterdam, Brookman's Park.
Model matching's working. Yeah, it was a Murphy issue.
456 Juliet departure and squawk 6113 KLM 4 Tango.
KLM 4 Tango, just confirm.
That was dead in a moment.
43.
Is it 6113? Sorry, KLM 4 Tango.
No worries, it's 1143.
Oh, apologies, 1143 KLM 4 Tango.
Confirm Tango, no worries, through that correct.
Alright, there's a decent bit of model matching.
To the 549 with you and Alpha. So 549 Heathrow ground, hello, taxi Alpha and Yankee stand 522.
Alpha Yankees are stand 522, she was 549, thank you.
What are you using to control the speed of the camera? It does have a chase plane. You can increase or decrease the camera speeds. Look at your man there, look. That's savage, isn't it? Yup, you devil, you. Yeah. Yeah, the lander. Isn't it gorgeous, Malky? Yeah, that's just a... I haven't got Heathrow installed. It looks absolutely like I made this during my school lunch break. It's terrible, like, you know? All right, so that's working. That's good news. Good news. Disconnect from the network. It's working. Model matching's working. I'm happy out. Like a pig into the variable. I'm happy out. Yeah, I have it all removed because I was using AnyBuilds one, which is absolutely deadly. You know what I mean? You know, it's disabled because I always use the AnyBuilds one. You know? Right, that works. That's great news. But hang on Cork? There's someone on below it. Who's in Cork? There's an ATIS. How do we have an ATIS? John is on. John is on in Cork. Right. And we've nothing in Tampa, but that's not until this evening. Right, lads, that is going to do us for this morning's stream. I'm happy enough that we have at least an idea of what we're doing later on this evening. We're going to be flying out of Norman Manley International Airport in Jamaica, and we're going to be heading up over Cuba into Tampa in Florida. So very much looking forward to this flight. It's going to be a good 2 hours, 2 and a bit hours. We did manage to get our wind control stuff working. Great news. And we're going to be flying this one on the VATSIM network this evening. All going well. We're going to have plenty of ATC coverage. If there's no ATC coverage, well, we'll be jumping on with, say, intentions, because they'll carry the ball if VATSIM drop it. Simple as. We're also going to be flying in the 737 MAX 8. I'm going to go with this livery. Cyrus is going to have the Firefly Air one ready over the coming weeks. So we're just going to use temporary kind of stuff for the moment. This one here was from Aviation and it's gorgeous. So we're going to fly that one. So that's it now for a while. I'm going to go off and get a bit of lunch. I'm going to sit outside in the sun and then I'll come back in and complain about how hot it is. Brilliant. But as always, thank you very much indeed for tuning in, and we'll catch you back here in a couple of hours. We're back at 1900 Zulu, about 5 hours time. No, about 6 hours time. That's better. So in about 6 hours we'll be back. So have an awesome day. Enjoy the weather. We'll see you later on. Into beta, reversers, flaps in. Get out of beta. Get out of the beta. Ah! That's weird. The throttle doesn't move. Jerry Coogan, many thanks for the follow. Hang on. We need to get out of beta. No, that's backwards, Murph. Uh-oh. Get out of... Oh, we nearly tipped it over, lads. You see it? Jesus. Why won't you get out of beta, you devil? Your controls are no longer agreeing with me. Right, what's it doing now? Not a beta. Stupid thing. Stop reversing. Ah, you need to go forwards. You didn't use indicators. Electricity must be expensive in your truck, is it? Christ! Oh no, a terrible accident! Jesus! Did you jump? Did you jump? Oh, I nearly passed out in the laughter. Keep an eye on the right engine. See what happened? The engine cover just got ingested into the engine, and I've just... Well, it's about 1.